Hello, Ginny Miss.
Hello, sir. Assalamualaikum.
We are going to start within 3 minutes,
Okay, sir.
and uh, there is a share option. Have you got the option share?
Yes, sir. I have seen the option.
If you want to share your slides, you can do it from there.
Okay. So I'll be sharing after 3 minutes then.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, Zinnia and Rezuan. We can start now. You're live. Rezuan, we
Assalamualaikum,
are
ma'am.
live now. Yeah. Rezuan, are you there? Is he there? Yeah, we can start now. I'm signing off. We can start now.
Ginny Miss, can I start now? Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Rezuan Chowdhury here. I'm working as an IBPOP teacher at Abdul Qadir Mulana International School from last 10 years, and I'm very happy to have with us Ms. Antora Zinnia. We worked together as well in Abdul Qadir Military School, and she was my co-teacher as well from since 2018. And I'm very happy to have her in our show. And the floor is to Miss Zinnia. Before she starts sharing her ideas and knowledge, I would like to introduce her. Miss Zinnia, she is working at Abdul Qadir Military School since 2018. She has a great knowledge at IB, and we are going to learn a lot of things from her. And she has completed her Bachelor of Business Administration and post graduation in English from North South University. And she is very passionate to share her thoughts and knowledge. So the floor is to Miss Junior. Miss Junior, the floor is for you now.
Thank you so much, Rezwan, sir, for a warm welcome. And I would like to share my knowledge, whatever I have learned so far, with all of you. I feel privileged to get the floor. And I would like to thank everyone for sparing the time in the evening and to join us in the session. So, and let me go to our slides first, then we can proceed further.
Sure, Miss.
Okay. Please let me know if it is visible or not.
Sure, I will let you know.
Uh, I
It's
have.
coming. Yes, it's
Okay.
there.
Okay. First, I would like to thank all of you for joining this session. And today we're going to explore about learning styles of learners and the learning process during the learning process of the learners. And moreover, I'd like to start the uh, with a question that what will happen if we would ask a, a fish to fly rather than swim, and we will ask birds to swim rather than fly. That's not their genre. They cannot shine brightly in that area, right? So we can give them the privilege, and we can support them in their learning style, in the learning, during the learning process. Let us see the session overview and we move forward. So today we are going to explore about what are learning styles, different types of learning styles, and at the very end of the session we are going to find out what is our own dominant learning style. I think that part we are all will be hooked up in the session. Okay, first, I'd like to request all of you to observe a picture for 30 seconds and try to recall as many words as you can. Please tell me if it is visible or not.
It is visible, miss.
Okay, so we are counting the time for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'm going to change the slide. So, and you are going to write as many names as you can in the chat box using the chat box.
I can see many participants they have joined. They are saying good evening. Thank you everyone for joining. I can see Monira Miss, Moni Miss. She is welcoming to you. Thank you, Moni Miss. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, everyone.
If you
Okay,
want,
time up.
you can
Time
maximum the
up for
slide.
the memory game. I hope all of you could have a glance of the picture, and I'd like to request all of you to use the chat box to write as many names as you can recall from the picture.
Zinnia, slides are not moving. Can you put up the slide? Can you go to the memory game? I can't see.
Miss, it was visible for 30 seconds only. They
All
have to
right, all
recall.
right, all right.
Yes. Okay, as I cannot see the reflection right now, Rezuan sir, can you please share some of the thing if people have started sharing their thoughts in the chat box?
Yeah, I can see. Jakia Jahan Miss said it was a food chart. That's great. Thank you so much, Jakia Miss.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a
it,
food chart.
it was yeah, okay. So thank you for participating. Now we would like to move towards another game.
Rajia Mohammed said pumpkin pie, pumpkin, then candle, leaf, apple, wagon, and sunflower. Thank you so much for reflecting.
Thank you. So
Shilpi
participants,
said,
do. Okay.
let me read the things. Many people are commenting on over there. So Shilpi me said turkey, leaf, basket, candle.
Okay. So if we observe the chat box, we can see uh, that many people quickly grab the thing and they could share as many names as they could recall, right? This is one style. So let us move towards another game. And over here, I would like all of you to focus on the sound. And let's see how many sound you can uh, recognize from there. Please let me know if you can hear it properly or not. Is it audible?
Yes, it is audible, miss.
Okay, okay. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, please use the chat box and write down what do you hear. Okay, I'm moving forward.
Miss, we have got some comments. They said cow more. Many people said cow more. Piano. Yeah, most of them are saying cow.
Okay, all
Sound of
right. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, let's see. We are moving towards the second sound now.
Yes, Farjana Tasnim said piano. Okay, the
Piano.
correct answer.
Okay,
Is it
let's
piano?
see. It's rain. It's rainy. All right.
Someone says water. Yes, Monimi said
Water. Okay, nice guess. Thank you, Moni Miss. Okay, let us move towards the third sound. Oh, oops. All right. Yes.
most of them are saying r- water, ambulance. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Ambulance. So we can take the answer ambulance. Okay, the next sound. Okay, the fourth sound now. Sir, are you getting any reply?
yeah, yes, they're writing the sound of a hand, cock.
Okay. All right. Okay, the last one. Yes, they're crowing. That's
They're
correct.
writing hand, the sound of a hand.
Okay, this is our last one. Please use the chat box.
They're writing Sunita Saho wrote alarm. Then
Okay.
Monimis wrote aeroplane.
Okay. Okay, let us find out what's the correct answer. It's the airplane or airplane. Thank you for participating. Okay. Now I want all of you. Is my slide visible now?
Yes, is the current slide is showing guess the sound.
Okay. Now we are moving to the next one, and now we need to move a little bit. So on my counting to three, you are going to find out any round object and write down the name using the chat box. Three, two, one. Please find out any round shape object near you and write it down, the name of it.
So audience must to get three objects. Those are round shape, right?
No,
And they have to write
any
down the name.
object nearby surrounded them, any
Okay.
object, any round object surrounded them. They should
Hmm.
go and find, and they in a minute they they are going to write down the name.
Okay. We already got some answers. Rajia Mahmood wrote clock, bangles, cap, the wheels of a car, and
Okay,
toy.
wheels of a car we don't get around normally in our house. Okay, fine. There, it can be
It's a
there.
toy. She wrote toy.
Toy. Or
toy,
all
toy
right,
wheels.
all right. Thank you all for attempting. And okay, so now let us
Monimis wrote
move.
orange, ball, earth, and marble.
All right. Yes, that's interesting. Okay. So now let us uh, find out more about the learning style. What are the learning styles? A learning style is the way that different student learns. The style refers to an individual preferred way of absorbing, process, and comprehending and retaining information. So each of us have different way of absorbing the thing. If we just go back to the slide, the memory game, the first one, we can see that some of us could recognize or recall more of the name of the thing we have just saw and write it down in the chat box. Some of us could pay more attention to the sound and get it correct. And many of you might find it very interesting to go grab and share and find out an object near you and then write it down about that, right? So each of us have our own style. So in a basic way we can categorize it in three main learning styles: visual learners, auditory learners, and tactile or kinesthetic learners. So who are visual learners? Visual learners prefer to sees to learn, likes images, take notes, look around, distracted by noises. So if you are a visual learner and you learn by seeing things, you like to gather information by reading or through diagrams and pictures, and most preferably you are a visual learner then. You usually take detailed notes in lectures or tutorials and in meetings. You tend to start looking around for some, uh, or you tend to look around for something when you lose interest. You will take in spoken information better if it is accompanied with visual aids. You consider using drawings, diagrams, mind maps, then flow chart to explain your understanding or when you are learning something new, and to retain information also. When there are some diagrams, it helps you a lot to understand the thing. So these are the examples which refers that you might be a visual learner. So let us find out more about the auditory learner. Auditory learners hears to learn, likes listening, they are a good talker, they are chatterbox. They are distracted by diagrams and readings. So if you are an auditory learner, you are effectively or actively learning more by listening. You are likely to be a good in remembering a conversation, and you might remember the words of a song. You prefer to listen to instruction rather than read them out. You may not take notes. You would go for reading out loud information and take in. So you would prefer good group discussion, question answer session. You might like to share your information with others. You might be very friendly at the very first time, and you could make friends very quickly. You prefer to talk more uh, and listen also. You might prefer and you like your music more. So these are the criteria or found in auditory learners. There is one more learning style that's we have seen so far, that is kinesthetic learner. The kinesthetic learners are those who learn more when they are doing some activities, like hands-on activities. They rather demonstrate than explain. They find it hard sitting still in one place. They prefer group work. And uh, the kinesthetic learning is something that is also sometimes called the tactile learning, which is learning by doing rather than seeing or hearing. If you are a kinesthetic learner, then you prefer more the physical actions to learn something, and also more senses are involved in the learning process. The easier it will be for you to learn through practicing the thing. So the best way to get the best out of you is getting yourself involved in the process of learning by doing the thing. You might be naturally a good dancer or a sports person. You do best on hands-on activities. So basically we have explored about these three kinds of learning styles: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, and how we can help it categorize it to cater our different type of learners. We as educators may face different type of, we definitely come and encounter of different type of learners, right? They need differentiated strategies. Not all of them learn in the same way. Some of them prefer to listen to their teacher, some of them prefer to do the thing, or some of them really learn more when they see the thing, the visual aids or the visual learners. So for catering different types of learner, we can use differentiated strategies, and we can use the learning station. We can use task cards, take interview students, target different senses with lessons, share their own thoughts and weaknesses. We can use think, share, pair strategies, and make time for journaling. We can also suggest our make keep a same learning style people in one group, so they can explore more and then share their thoughts with the people around them. We can also influence the different sets of reading activities to promote their learning, who prefer more by reading or learning, like the visual learners. And assigning open-ended assignments also help the learners, like the kinesthetic learners, to learn more or in a better way. So after categorizing or learning about different types of learners, we as an educator, we can cater to our learners according to their needs. So now none of them will lag behind, and they can share their thoughts confidently in their own best way. They will also get the opportunity. There will be no like discrimination, because some of them might be kinesthetic, some of them are visual or uh, auditory learner. If all of them get their scopes in one point of their learning process, they can shine more. To add up with the situation of the learning or the learning process, we'd like to move towards the next slide. According to Curry, learning behavior is fundamentally controlled by the central personality dimension, translated through middle stratum information processing dimension, and given a final twist by interaction with environmental factors in the outer strata. So one's learning style depends on their personality, how they perceive or get the knowledge, and their environment, their learning environment. These three things, according to Curry, is very, very important. Let us get an overview of the learning styles. So this is a bird's eye view of the whole thing we have observed so far. So a visual learner prefers graph, illustration, pictures, or PowerPoint, that is mostly visual things. The auditory learners prefers more to listen, and the kinesthetic learner prefers the hands-on activity. So these are the main three criteria of learning styles we have explored so far. Now we are going to move towards the fun part. So I hope all of you will like this portion. So we are going to find out your own dominant style. So I'm going to share the quizzes link here with all of you. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, visible,
Okay.
Miss.
So as we are practicing the online session, so this quizzes app is really very helpful to engage our young learners in active way to learn in a like play based learning. They like it a lot, so they can put down their name using this app. They can put down the name and start the quiz right away. You can also start the quiz using the code shared here with you. And for your beneficial and support, I have kept it in this way. So sometimes many of you find it difficult. So I hope all of you will get more involved in this way. We are going to play the session right now. Let me just show you a glimpse how we can play the games on quizzes. Write down your name, start the quizzes, and okay, the question will pop over here. When trying to recall names, I remember faces but forget names but forget faces. The situation where I met the person rather than the person or the name. So let us all participate in this page over here so we can quickly find out our own learning dominant style. I'm quickly going to read out the question for all of you, and you can find out your style. And at the end, you are going to use the chat box writing V, A, or K for sharing about your dominant learning style. You can also write visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So that will refer which type of learner you are. If you have to learn how to do something, I learn best when I watch someone show me how, try to do it myself, hear someone tell me how. Then number two, when I read, I often find that I visualize what I'm reading in my mind,
Miss, can you,
fidget and
sorry, Miss, for interrupting. Can
yes.
Junior Miss, can you please maximize the slide?
Oh,
It's
is
not
it very
visible. The words.
okay? Please let me know if it's
It's
visible
visible, but
now.
you need to do zoom.
Okay.
Yes, it's visible, Miss. But can you do the zoom or can you maximize the slide? Otherwise, you can read aloud for them.
Okay. All right. Okay, we are moving towards the question number 3. When I ask to give direction, I see the actual places in my mind, or I have no difficulty in giving them verbally, or I have a point to move my body as I gave them. So if I'm unsure how to spell something, I write it in order to determine if it looks right. I spell it out loud in order to determine if it sounds right, or write it in order to determine if it feels right. When I write, I am concerned with how neat and well spaced my letters and words appear, often say the letters and words to myself, or push hard on my pen or pencil and can feel the flow of the words. If I had to remember, question 4, if I had to remember a list of items, I would remember it best if I wrote them down, or said them over and over to myself, or move around and use my fingers to name each item. Okay, I prefer teachers who use a board or overhead projector while they lecture, talk with lots of expression, or use hands on activities. Okay, number 8, when trying to concentrate, I have a difficult time when there is a lot of clutter of movement in the room, there is a lot of noise in the room, or I have to sit still for any length of time. I have to face difficulties. Okay. When solving a problem, I like to draw diagrams to see it. I talk to myself through it. I use my entire body or move object to help me think. Okay, when given written instruction on how to build something, I read them silently. I read and try to visualize. I read them out loud and talk to myself. I try to put the part together first and read later. To keep occupied while waiting, I look around and stare or read. I talk or listen to others, walk around, touch things, or move or shake my feet. Okay, if I had to verbally describe something to another person, I prefer be brief because I do not like to talk a length. I go into details, or I use gesture and move around. If someone is verbally describing to something to another person, I would try to visualize what he was saying, or enjoy listening but want to interrupt and talk myself, or become bored if the description goes for too long. The last one, when trying to recall names, I remember faces but forget names. Okay, these things came at the beginning, so I'm going to skip the part. So far, we have gone through a long quizzes portion, so I think we have all get an overview what type of learner we are. So will you be kind enough to share your thought on, are you a visual learner, kinesthetic learner, or an auditory learner using the chat box? Sir, please let me know if we are getting any reply.
Yes, I have got from Monimi. She said I'm a kinesthetic learner. Others, you can write comments so we can know who are in which learning category. Is it visual, kinesthetic, or auditory. Miss, do I need to share the link in the chat box?
Sir,
Quizzes link.
will it be possible, sir? Yes.
Yeah, I already shared. Yes.
Okay. The last one is the link, the game link.
Miss Rajia said, I observe things a lot before executing tasks. I'm a visual learner. Thank you. Thank you so much for reflecting.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So basically, all of us has different approaches of the learning, and we learn and we get to understand things differently. So if we get to know more about thyself, our own self, and our people, we can approach more about how to deliver the thing, or share the knowledge with others in the best way, or cater it according to their need. And when we learn about ourselves as well, the way we can observe or understand a thing, that's the best way we can also learn and share our knowledge with others. So in this way, I'd like to conclude the learning styles of learners during the learning process influences a lot. And when we preferred understand a specific learning style and use differentiated strategies, rules, we can connect more with our learners. We can give them more opportunities, and that way we can get more out of our learning process and use the best of the learning strategies. Thank you all. If you have any question, I'd like to answer if any question related to the topic.
Yes, Miss. I'm going to read aloud some of the comments. Miss Farjan Tasnim, she wrote, I am a kinesthetic learner. And there was a question just a few minutes back, that time you were presenting your paper. Someone asked a question. Let me read it. Uh, is kinesthetic learner to practical hand-to-hand learning?
Yes, it is more like doing what you are learning. Suppose we are learning how to swim. So rather than reading it out in the book, about the rules and regulation, you are going to the swimming pool and practicing it, how to do it. It's more like that. Or suppose you're driving, so we are practicing the driving, and on the process we are learning the thing. Suppose we are learning how to plant a tree, so we will plant a tree, and like we will do the thing, right? So to learn properly or get understand about the thing clearly, so we have to do the thing. That type of learners are kinesthetic learner. They do prefer hands-on activities. Okay, what
Thank you, Miss,
about
for your
a
reply.
learner? Okay.
Yes, there is a question. What about a learner who visualizes, listens, practices practically, still is slow in learning? How to take care of it?
I think everyone has their own pace. Different learning styles help the learners to grab, like the auditory learners grab the sounds more quickly. That's the thing. They can. All the learning styles are actually overlapping, but we are dominant in one portion. To take care of the thing, we can practice more in the other criterias. We still have the opportunities. so we can do some practice on the other credits, so we can improve in our other learning styles as well. Like if I am a slow reader, suppose I'm a slow reader, I'm more of an auditory learner. If I work on my reading style, or if I work on my listening style, so I can
I think there is a network issue. Ms. Zinnia is disconnected. I think she'll be coming back soon. We'll wait 1 minute. Otherwise, we are going to um, complete our session. Let's wait for she come back. And if you have any more question, you can write in the chat box. Yes, Monimis wrote there is a network problem from Antora Zinnia side. Still, if you have any question, if you want to know anything about today's session, you can write your question here.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, thank you, Miss.
Sorry,
Welcome back again.
thank you. Sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay, Miss. We don't have any more questions, so I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I can see.
So our head of
Sir,
primary, Ms. Asawai, yes, Miss has prepared one certificate for you. Miss going to send you through email, and we have one exit ticket for the audience as we have finished our presentation, and now I'm going to close it, and I'm going to give the link in the chat box, so you'll be able to um, give your reflection. I'm going to show you one example on the screen so you can see what is our exit ticket. So this is our exit ticket. So you have to write your email, you have to write your name, you have to write your country name, and would you like to be a presenter? If you want to be a presenter here, you have a great opportunity. You can write yes, no, and what topic would you like to present. So you need to write down what is the topic you want to present here in future, and what is most important thing you will learn today, and what are the things you have learned today. You need to write, and then you need to submit in the Google form. Thank you so much. I'm going to share the link with all of you, so you'll be able to give your reflections. And if you want to be a presenter here, you can write your thoughts. You can write your topic name if you want to present. And yes, can all of you check our chat box? I'm going to send it over there. And Monimis wrote, "Congratulations to Junior." Thank you, Monimis, for joining and from the beginning, and you were
thank
still
you, Monimus.
appreciating us. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Sorry, I got disconnected. I'd like to thank Miss Asna, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to join the platform, and I'd also like to thank Rezuan sir and all the participants
I think she is disconnected again. I have given the link in the chat box. I think she's disconnected. Miss Rajia Mahmood, she said she are looking forward to this opportunity for being a presenter. Yes, you can contact with our head of primary, Miss Asnafarin, and you can fill up the form as well. So you can write the topic you want to present. So we are going to end up our session now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in our session and give your best effort to give us the feedback to our Zinnia Miss. And thank you, Zinnia Miss, for presenting your presentation here. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone. Take care.